write in and ask me a lot of questions about channeling. So I figured that, instead of the very short answers that I usually give, I wanted to get into a little bit more about it, the dangers, the how-tos, and my own personal experiences. So first of all, getting into channeling, this was something I've been able to do since I was really, really small. You all knew that from my previous videos. But it was never really easy as a child because there were so many different things that I could see. Like, I could see into most of the realms, and that meant lower realms too. So seeing into those little realms, like, they were very scary, very dark, very intimidating. So it all goes back to astral travel, which I will do in another video. Like I said before, I want to keep these videos very, very short. But in all, seeing those lower dimensional realms, seeing what's in the spiritual veil, being able to go into astral realm above and beyond into the angelic realm, there are so many things that you can just learn from those places. You can learn about universal wisdom, you can learn about earthly wisdom, you can learn about the wisdom within nature. But most of all, there's so many dangers that come with this, and I say it time and time again because there are so many people that they say they can channel, and I do believe that they can, but here's the thing. The truth that's here in this world, and I'll cover this in so many more videos to come, a lot of those ancient teachings that were here on Earth, back in the old times, people believed Earth to be the center of the universe, and that's what they were led to believe at that time by the Archon ruler that was taking over, kind of hijacking the matrix of planet Earth's soul. And so a lot of the teachings that they claim are universal really are just Earth-based. So with all of that being said, a lot of the things that you see around you, the airways, the many layers of Earth's dimensions as a soul, and there are so many different dimensions. This planet itself has its own layers of dimensions. You, as a physical and spiritual being, have many dimensional layers. Then the other planets and the universe themselves also have many dimensional layers. Not to mention that there are other subplanes, which are just thinner dimensions within all of those dimensions. So it goes so beyond what many people even can imagine. And that's why I never really understand. I see a lot of channelers, and I know that there are times when a spirit will walk right in, your voice will change, maybe the accent of your voice will change. But for the most part, spirit has a language of its very own. They speak in the way that they feel the things that they think. So a lot of the time, channelers are not going to start coming out with, oh, this is the Rasta man channeling from, some star system. It's just not how it works. A lot of the time, spirits will use the proper pronunciation of your specific language, because when they come into the body, they're going to speak to you in that highly intelligent form. So their language is going to be on point. The wisdom, the information that they bring is going to be on point. It's not going to be earth-based. They don't care about money. They don't care about looks. That's all mundane things. They don't care about those things. What they care about is your spiritual welfare, your mentality, your emotions, your health. So there are a lot of things that they're going to address, and a lot of things that they're not going to. So if you are seeking things in your channelings about money and appearance and such, you're going to want to channel into the lower dimensions, because those are the ones that are closer to this realm, and they do interact with the human aspect of life a lot more. So they would be the ones to ask for that. But when you're going into the angelic realm, you can't expect answers about money, because they do not know the concept of money. When we're in the angelic realm, the only thing that we know is the virtues that we are made with, our missions. We only know about love, and also, what the divine will is. So that's what you're going to get from them. So again, if you're looking for money, you're looking for advice in this world, you want to go to your guides, or those that are in the lower dimensional field, such as the astral realm or even some of the sub-layers. So channeling can come in many different forms. It can come through visions, it can come through hearing them. Sometimes it can come through feeling them too. They will sometimes transmit emotions that you'll have to translate. And all of that together, sometimes if you have those abilities, they can use all of them. But most of all, for the most part, spirits will channel to you through something called an energetic link. So next to that, you get all of the information that you need. And then sometimes they can even do a walk-in where they just come right in and their whole consciousness takes over the body. And that's when you'll hear the differences in the pitches of the voice, as well as proper pronunciation of the language that you yourself speak. And that is most indefinitely because they are now exercising that higher form of wisdom and consciousness that's within you. They're using yours to communicate to the people mixed with theirs. So there are so many things that there are to learn about channeling. There are many dangers, such as, again, there are many different forms of light. Light is intelligence, so therefore you can have light that comes in a negative side of the spectrum. If you've ever been in school, and I've used this term many times, you may have seen that line. It's a number line right there in the middle of 0, and then it goes positive 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the other side of that 0 in the middle is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Well, light is the same way. As light travels further and further away from its source, it ends up lengthening and slowing down. And as a result of that, the attributes that come from those higher realms as they're streaming downward, they slow down. And if it keeps on going, it can become unbalanced. But it doesn't mean that it's not light anymore. There is a point right between light and dark where the light can become on a negative side of the spectrum. And when that occurs, that being can appear to somebody as they are a light being. And that person, not knowing anybody, will see that light, not knowing whether it's positive or negative, because if the spirit's offering truthful information, what can happen is it'll lure that person right in. Oh, this sounds right. This is on point. And as a result of that, they trust in it. And once they got that trust, and it comes very, very easily with most, it can lead them into a spiral. It can take them into places where they're giving half-truths to people. It can also bring them into a place where the spirit is definitely going to want something in return. That's something else that a lot of people don't understand. It's not free. You have to be able to give something as an even exchange. And those types of spirits, those lower realm spirits, what they want is your light, your energy, because they are lessening in their vibration, so they need something to fuel theirs back up. So that's why a lot of people will start to feel drained. So some of the experiences that I've had, because I channel all different types. I channel, number one, angelics, my own brethren. I channel star beings. I channel physical extraterrestrials from other planets that are trying to get their messages across. I also channel lost souls that are looking for the light. I channel people's spirit guides, fairies, all different types of fairies. Sometimes I can channel other creatures that have existed here on Earth that are now extinct, but their soul still lives within this layer. I channel animal consciousness, and I can channel into other living people. So what happens with that is depends on that person's vibration or spirit's vibration. Not all lower vibrations are bad, so to speak, but some of them, like lost souls, they just want help, but they're still lacking that higher energy. So when you tap into that, it can just pull that energy right out of you and leave you feeling very, very tired. So for the most part, a lot of the things that happen with me is that I'm high energy. You all know that because of who I am and what I do. So I'm always channeling, always doing readings, always doing healings. And then I have to go teach, I have to take care of the children. And then at nighttime, I'm trying to sleep, and it's just crazy because a lot of people that are coming to me the next day, their spirit guides will show up the night before, because they have no concept of time. So I actually have to sleep with headphones over my ears and a blindfold over my eyes so that I'm not seeing them floating around, I'm not hearing them. but I do still feel them, and sometimes they'll poke me or like pull my hair a little bit, just very gently to let me know that they're there, but I have to ignore it. And so, with that being said, traveling interdimensionally, doing all of that work, doing the charity, just everything, the chaos that is the life of Allura, it becomes very draining. So I can go long time without really needing a rest or even to sleep, because when you are an ascended being, you really don't need as much sleep because you have so much energy to sustain the physical body. But after long periods of channeling into all these different vibrations and all of these different people, it ends up taking a lot out of you. So you guys may have noticed that, like, in a lot of videos, I'll look very, very awake and very, very vibrant. And then there will be videos where I just look like I'm so tired, big bags under my eyes. That's when you know that I'm getting to that point where I've done too much spiritual work. So there is an extent to the light work. You have to learn when to take a break. You have to know how to verify energy signatures. You have to know this stuff. You can't just jump into channeling or working with spirits. It's so dangerous. They present themselves as beings of light and can be someone of a very negative vibration, and they trick you, and there's no way of knowing because they always disguise truth as their agenda first. And then the next thing you know, you have an attachment, and then they're going to go and get more spirits because they know that you're this open portal for free energy. So then you have many spiritual attachments, and then you just don't feel good. Then you're unmotivated, then you're tired, and then things are just chaotic, and it's hard to get that vibration back up to where it belongs. So there are so many things that really go hand in hand with all of this. So many different types of spirits to know, so many different vibrations to read, having to be careful, having to care for yourself most of all. And that's the bottom line. So channeling, it's not easy. I know that a lot of people want to be able to do it, and I do believe a lot of people do have that ability, but your consciousness and what level of its ascension that it's at will determine what realm you can tap into. So in other words, let's say that you are a fourth dimensional consciousness and you're really trying hard to communicate. Well, for the most part, you won't be able to grasp that understanding that's in those higher realms, such as 60, 70, and 80. It'll be too much of a download, and it'll burn you out right away. So that's another way that you can know, if you're getting the right information or not, because you'll know just from that energy where it's coming from. Super, super high energy can sometimes feel a little bit like the lower energies, because if you're not equal to the vibration you're channeling into, or even close to it, it's going to burn right through yours, and you're going to start to feel sick. So there's so many things to learn. You have to learn how to differentiate both of those energies and learn how to read them. But be careful. Whatever you do, shield yourself with that white light. Pray. A lot of people don't believe in prayer anymore, but it does help. You're sending your vibration of your will out there when you pray, and it does reach the heart of the universe, which is our source. And, if it's genuine and sincere, it will get answered. So shield yourself with the light. Make sure that you know what you're channeling into, and always cleanse afterwards. Cleanse. Use sage. Use sweetgrass. Use mugwort is also a very good herb to get rid of those energy nasties that linger around, because they really, that's just temporary methods. They don't really ever go away. Once you burn the sage, it'll be gone and nice and peaceful for a while, but they already know that you're open, so they're going to come right back once they see that opening. And they always find a loophole too, which is also something that you have to learn about, those loopholes. You have to be very knowledgeable before getting involved in any kind of spiritual work. But always make sure that you get breaks, make sure you cleanse, make sure you shield. And if you start feeling really drained, then it's definitely time to stop and seek some kind of help or backup in your situation. So, love and light. As you can see, I'm all very, very tired. Lots of things going on, but lots of exciting things to look forward to on the channel. So stay tuned, stay with me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so already. We have so much planned for 2016. So Laura signing out with all of my love to all of you.